Hey guys, rock and roller for life here. Um, Today I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite bands of all time. It's a lot of people's favorite bands of all time, actually. In fact, I don't know anybody who doesn't know this band or doesn't at least like at least one of their songs. I'm talking about the Beatles. Yeah, the Beatles. The Beatles were like one of the first rock bands to like truly. I don't know if this makes any sense, but they wrote songs for themselves instead of just writing just to please everybody else. Like they delved deep into their emotions and their life experiences, and one of the first bands to completely write every single one of their songs. Like, well, okay, for like their first, I think it was their first two albums actually, "Please Please Me" and "With the Beatles," where they did a whole lot of cover songs. But starting with like "A Hard Day's Night" and onward, I'm pretty sure they wrote every single one of their songs. Of course, Lennon and McCartney being the main songwriters. But yeah, I just wanted to show, like, I only have 4 Beatles albums right now, sadly. I want a whole lot more. In fact, I have like 3 Ringo Starr solo albums, and I don't know why I got those before I got all the Beatles ones, but there's something about Ringo. I think he's got a great personality. But that's getting off topic. I kind of just wanted to show my collection. So first, and I've had this one. I've had the longest, and it is their first one actually. It's the Beatles. Please Please Me. It's a great debut. Really, really raw album. Like the production values on this one, obviously, I mean, it's their first album. It's not going to have like the best production. I mean, that's how a lot of bands' first albums go. Like with Metallica, Kill 'Em All. I mean, that's a really raw album, but it's great though. I mean, this just hints at the greatness that the Beatles were going to achieve. There are quite a few good. I know my favorite song on this album is "I Saw Her Standing There," and it's actually the first song, and it's a Paul McCartney written song. So, they were already starting to show that they were great songwriters and that they were really gonna jump into the scene, and they changed the whole music world. Not even just the music world. They changed the whole world in general. I mean, they really did. I mean, the Beatlemania and everything. I mean, that just completely changed the way that people viewed rock stars and just celebrities in general. Yeah, so love this album so much. I guess I can open it and like show you the inner sleeve here. I think it's really cool. It even expands open some more, I think. Whoops, I'm opening it the wrong way. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like these remasters. All the ones I have are the remasters. Eventually I do kind of want to get the originals, but remasters are good. They're in stereo too. So, alright, so now we're going to skip. I'm not even sure I'm not even sure when this one released, like 65 maybe? I think it was like 65, but I have the Beatles' Rubber Soul. I don't think this one is touted as being one of their best ones, but it's the one that I go back to and listen to the most, to be completely honest with you. Love this one. It's awesome. It's when they started diving a little deeper into like the psychedelia, and they changed like what they were writing about, and I don't know. There's just like a bunch of different types of instruments on this one. I know on Norwegian Wood, I know that George Harrison plays a sitar. It's like pretty sure it's like an Indian instrument, but it adds a whole lot. It adds a whole like awesome atmosphere to it. It's really cool. My favorite song on this one is "You Won't See Me," probably. I love that one. It's another Paul McCartney one. "Nowhere Man" is a great song as well. Alright, I think this is one of the most underrated Beatles songs, and you may not even know what I'm talking. If you're not like a huge Beatles fan, you may have never heard this song, I don't know. But it's called "Think for Yourself." It's a George Harrison song. I love that. I think it's one of the most underrated songs. It's just a really infectious tune. I love it. That's one of my favorites as well. And actually, those those songs are 3, 4, and 5. So for like about 6 minutes, I'm in heaven when I'm listening to this album. I mean, every song's great. I mean, it's the Beatles. You really can't go wrong. But absolutely love this album. Great. Love it. Alright, so this actually is my favorite Beatles album. It's the White Album. I love this album. I mean, yeah, there's some filler on it. I mean, come on, it's a double album. I think the runtime's like 90 minutes. I mean, how can there not be some filler on it? I mean, there's like Wild Honey Pie. Yeah, that's filler. It's like only 40 seconds long, though. Who cares? I love this one, though. Let me get it out of the slip cover for you. It's great. I guess I can open this. I didn't open up Rubber Soul. Sorry about that. But I do love the way this one looks as well. It's really cool. Absolutely love this album. Yeah, favorite song on here. I really enjoy Obla Di Obla Da. I think it's like, I don't know, that it's like a really fun tune. It's like a carefree tune, really fun to sing along to. I love that one. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I think it just proves that George Harrison was he's such an amazing songwriter, and he really didn't get the chance to show it until after the Beatles broke up. But I'm kind of glad the Beatles did break up, actually, because George Harrison really got to show just how talented he was. I mean, his first solo album, All Things Must Pass. Isn't that like a? I don't even know. I know it's a double album for sure, but I thought maybe it was like a triple album or something, which just shows how many songs he had in the back burner, just waiting to be released. Kind of amazing. I do wish he would have had more chances when he was actually on the Beatles. I'm pretty sure he only has like 2 songs at the most on each album. And they're some of the best songs. Like I'll talk about my favorite George Harrison song in a minute when I get to that album. But I think he's awesome, and I love the White Album. Love it a lot. I think it's amazing. I don't skip any song on it. I know there's some songs that are better than others, but I still don't skip anything on it. I mean, I'm a Beatles fan, so I like to listen to it all the way through. I know a lot of people like make their own mixtapes of the Beatles' White Album, where they take off the songs they don't like or the lackluster songs, and they just compile all the great songs. Helter Skelter, another great song. See, there's so many great songs, it's kind of hard to remember them all. Another really quirky song on this one that I actually really do enjoy is The Continuing Story of Bungalow Bill. It's really strange. It's a really strange beat and a really strange vibe to it, but there's a lot of songs with strange vibes on this album, but I love it. I love strange music. Alright, so, of course, the fourth and final Beatles album I have at the moment, I mean, I feel like you have to have this one at least in your collection. I mean, it's such a great album. Of course, I'm talking about Abbey Road. It's an iconic album cover. Look behind me. You can see the poster up there. Also have a poster of Kiss, and that's their first studio album cover. And then Aerosmith. See, I think that's an underrated Aerosmith album, if I could point right. Okay, I'll get it eventually. I'm still getting used to the camera. But, I think Aerosmith Get Your Wings is one of the most underrated albums in history. It's their second studio album. It's like before they really hit the big time with Toys in the Attic. But I absolutely love that one. I'm getting off topic again. I'm sorry. So let's go back to the Beatles. Abbey Road. Love this album. I'll go ahead and open this one up because I love it's. I mean, they all, like John Lennon in particular, started to look like he was like Amish or something. But really great. Okay, so let me get down to my favorite song on this album is Something. Let me give you closer. It doesn't. Something is another George Harrison song. One of the greatest Beatles songs ever. Has some great slide guitar work. I think George Harrison's like the master of slide guitar. I mean, he really is. But that song's so amazing. And if you've never watched the music video for that song, please watch it. It's hilarious. I love it though. I love that. Come Together is a great way to start off the album. Really strange lyrics. I'm not sure if anybody even knows exactly what they're talking about, but yeah, that's just a catchy song, fun song. Aerosmith did a cover of that song that was actually pretty good too, but you can't touch that original though. I mean, there's no way. Every song on here is great. I mean, really. I Want You, She's So Heavy. That's a long song, but it's really awesome. Here Comes the Sun, another awesome George Harrison song. I mean, I just can't get over how much talent he had and why he didn't have the chance to release more albums. I mean, more songs on each album. I don't know. But, Lennon and McCartney took control, and that's just how things work. Yeah, Harrison and Ringo got the short end of the stick, but that's all right. At least they got a chance to shine later. It's awesome. Especially like the medley at the end. Like with like Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The End, and Her Majesty. It's great. Actually, I think really the medley starts with does it start with You Never Give Me Your Money and it goes through? I don't remember. But I do love the album. It's not the one I listen to the most, actually. Like I said, I listen to Rubber Soul a lot. I just love that. I love the varied instruments on that album, and I think it's just a fun album. I may not listen to the White Album as much because it is such a long album. And you got to find a lot of time to listen to it. You got to find 1 hour and 30 minutes to just sit down and just take in all the music and really enjoy it. So that's my Beatles collection at the moment. Obviously, I'm planning on getting every single one of their studio albums. I think my least favorite Beatles studio album is probably Yellow Submarine, because I don't like that one that much. I think that's like, isn't there like, I can't, what album is it that has like one side is like all instrumental? Is it that one? I don't know. But yeah, that's probably my least favorite Beatles album. But yeah, so that's my collection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make like a Beatles video section. I'm gonna do a lot of videos about the Beatles. Maybe just talk about some of their solo careers as well. You know, just talk about maybe like the history of the Beatles. I might get into that. But once again, if you have any video ideas for me, please let me know, because I'm always willing to do whatever you guys want me to do. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not going to do anything you want me to do, but I mean, if it's reasonable, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, so comment, like I said, comment what you want me to do, or how much you enjoyed the video, or what your favorite Beatles song is, what your favorite Beatles album is. I mean, there's so many things you could comment. But yeah, so subscribe, and I'll be back at you with another video very soon.